Dropshipping. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people on the internet show you how easy it is to be able to buy products somewhere, resell it, and make a killing out of it. A lot of people show some fake numbers, others actually do show legitimate numbers. In the midst of all that, I'm a complete beginner. I've never done dropshipping before, and I want to completely give it a try and see whether it truly works. If you're new here and you don't know what dropshipping is, essentially it's this cool business model where you create a store and then once somebody orders a product from your store, you don't own any inventory, by the way. However, when somebody orders a product from your store, you in turn go to a different website like Alibaba or a different website to just go and source the product and then ship it directly to them. What is great about this model is, first of all, you don't have an inventory. Second of all you really need is a good looking store and a little bit of marketing magic to make it work. Alright guys, so to get this challenge going, I actually hit up my nephew who loves making money just like his uncle, and we're going to be doing this challenge together. So essentially we broke out our task into various chunks so that we can easily manage it. I'm a pretty busy person and he also is pretty busy with all his schoolwork, so I think it's fun that we're breaking the challenge together and we can do it together. So here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be setting up the Shopify store. That's my job. My nephew is the one who's going to be doing the research to find us the product that we're going to be selling. He's also going to be finding us the Instagram page where we're going to be doing the DMing and the shout out. And I'm going to be creating the Facebook ads. And then my nephew is also going to I'm going to be linking up AliExpress with our Shopify store. I'm also, my nephew is going to be coming up with the name of the store. And then finally, I'm going to be buying the domain. So until then, let me get to work because I've been doing a lot of talking and I need to get to work, guys. I only have 14 days to get this thing going.
A few moments later.
Alright, so my nephew just got back to me, and after a lot of deliberating, we finally found a product that we're going to be selling. And surprise, surprise, it is a baby pacifier. The current listing price of the pacifier is between $1.39 to $3.59. And after talking back and forth with my nephew, we decided that it would probably make sense to start selling it at $15 because we looked at other competition and people were retailing the same product for $20 and $25. Now this is a huge profit margin because if we sell it for $1.30, if we sell it for $15 and we're getting it for retail for around $3.59, we'll be bringing in close to about $10 per item. So yeah, we're gonna be selling a baby pacifier, and if you take a look on AliExpress, this is what it looks like. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know how he came up with the idea of using baby pacifier. I'm not sure whether he did a product research, but to be honest with you, the whole exercise is that we wanted to learn, so I don't even want to overthink it. So that's exactly what we're going to be selling. So whilst I was away, whilst he was finding the product, he got back to me. After he got back to me, I ended up building the website, and let me show you exactly what the website looks like. Alright, so he also found the name of the company. So we're going to be calling our company name Boom Blue. I think it's cheesy and sounds very stupid. I asked him exactly why he used the name Boom Blue. He was like, well, when babies are crying, they're like, boo, blue. So that's how he came up with the name. My whole thing is that I don't want to overthink this. I just want to build a product, and I hope that I can get somebody who's going to buy it. So this is the product that we ended up building. This is the store that we ended up building. There's a lot of tutorial. I actually spent a lot of time trying to find how easy it is to build, and I found one really good tutorial. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description for you to check it out if you want to build a high conversion Shopify page. But essentially, I use a theme called the Beautify. It also has a 14-day trial, and that's what I ended up using. But basically, this is what our website looks like. It's a one product store page. It doesn't have a lot of product. We have the first section where it talks about the elephant, build the elephant. In this case, it just gives you a little bit about some marketing description. My nephew put that together. I didn't. We took this picture from Target and then we added a little tag to it. And as you can see, all the product is there. We imported the products in. We imported the pictures in from AliExpress onto the website. And we're selling a bunch of different colors as well. We have the dog, we have the bear, we have, and then we have the pacifier box as well. But essentially, if you also click on the product, so if you click on it and see the full details, you can see we have the page in there. Oh, and one thing that I also did was that I imported some reviews from AliExpress onto our page, because this way we're getting some credibility and people legitimately think that, oh, this is like a real brand and this is something that people are buying and that's something that they can, they can hang on to. So now we are, we're definitely making some progress. We have a website built. We have the name of the company built called Boogaloo. We also have the product that we're going to be selling. So the next thing that we need to do now is we need to go and start running some Facebook ads, trying to watch, I need to go back and watch a few tutorials, hit up my nephew, put some ads together, and then kind of see where it goes from here.
Several days later.
Alright, so it's been a few days now, but to be honest with you, the ads portion and DMing a lot of people, it's actually taking a long time, and we've not been getting the response that we want. And also too, setting up the whole Shopify, linking it with Facebook Pixel, connecting the store to Facebook to try and get all these things going is like rocket science to me, and a lot has happened since then. But we ended up DMing a bunch of people, and I can show you, as you can see on my screen right now, we DM'd a bunch of people to try and see if we can get some feature. One of this page is Block Mothers. My only issue with this page, this page actually tend to have a lot of engagement. There were other pages that we DM'd as well. Some of them were asking for $50, others were asking for $30. Honestly, I thought it was a lot of money. Remember, our budget is really $25, so we just want to make sure that we're stretching we're stretching the amount of dollars that we have. So what we ended up doing is we nailed down on the two pages that we're going to be going with. Although they didn't seem to have a lot of engagement, we got them to be able to do. They said they're going to be doing, I believe, like one post for $10, and the other page said they would do like 3 posts for like $15. So that's what we're gonna go with. Also too, my nephew ended up cooking up some ads for us. He created some copy, found a few things that we needed for our ads, and I essentially took all that, sent it to my amazing video editor, and we cooked up some ads. So let's take a look at what the ads looks like right now. Yeah, all these texts that you see over there, these are some copy, some copy that my nephew came up with. Essentially, we want to start off with saying, oh, the babies are crying, a stressful mother, and then we start showing, oh, what you can do with the pacifier and all these kind of things. So, all right, great. So that's the ad that we're going to be running in the next few days. So I'm also going to be learning how to, people keep talking about, oh, you need to create multiple ad sets, duplicate the ad sets, and all these kind of things that this is completely new to me and my nephew. We're just doing this as an example. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this ad, and oh, by the way, we end up probably going to create another picture ad that we're going to be using for the Instagram post. But we're gonna be taking this ad, and essentially what we're going to do is put it in the Facebook machine and then try and see if we can direct traffic onto our website. So let me go get that set up, and then I'll come back. At that point, I should have some analytics and I should have some data to share with you guys.
The next day.
Alright guys, so we got the ads going, and I want to show you some of the things that we've seen so far with running the ads. So by the way, we just had the ad going, and we've spent about $4 so far in our campaign. If we take a look at the demographics of the number of people who are coming to our website, what do we have? We have 109 people click on our ad, 512 people reached, and we spent $4.02. The demographics, I don't know. I mean, I let my nephew be the one who controlled this a lot, and I see a lot of people in their 60s. When I asked him the reason why he wanted to go with that approach, I believe the whole idea is that anybody can buy a pacifier, and older people could buy it for their grandkids as a gift. So that was the target that he was going after. But yeah, so that's what it looks like right now. And let's take a look at our Shopify page and see, if we've gotten some sales so far. Well, unfortunately, with 0 so far. I mean, this is the first day that we got the ad running. We have 81 people come to our store, so that has been great. We have overall 1,000% store visits since building the website, but we haven't converted anybody yet. Only one person added it to the cart, so that's not too bad. And all of the source was coming from social, right? If we take a look at it, pretty much 79 people are all coming from, we have 82 visitors on our website, but majority of them are coming from Facebook, which makes sense because we recently just run ads on our account. So, I mean, so far we haven't seen anything crazy yet, nothing crazy because no sales yet, so we're currently in the red. So what we're gonna be doing, which a lot of dropshippers talk about, is running ad sets, literally duplicating the ads and changing a few parameters here and there to try and understand which one performs best. So I'm gonna give that a shot, or I'm gonna hit up my nephew to give that a shot, and then we'll see. We'll come back and then we'll see how this thing goes.
The next day.
Alright guys, so it's another day in our challenge, and let's take a look at what is happening since our last ads. So if you can see on my screen right now, what I ended up doing, or what my nephew ended up doing, was that he ended up duplicating the ads. The first one, we ended up duplicating it twice. One was focused on couples and the other one was focused on youth. So currently we have about 3 different ad sets going on. One was the original one, which we just picked. I forgot what his parameters were. And then the second one, he wanted to just focus on couples. And then the third one is just basically focus on youth. So we have those ads running, and it's been running for over a day now. And right now we've spent a total of, let's take a look. So we've spent a total of $10 so far. And let's see our stats. Well, it's not looking too good for us, unfortunately. We still haven't made any sale yet. What is today? Today is Monday. We literally have about 5 more days left. I don't even know whether this is going to end up working. But currently, as it sits right now, we only have $0 in sales. What I also realized was that the pages that we ended up DMing, the people, the influencers, and the theme pages that I ended up DMing to work with me, what happened was that they kind of ghosted me. So I'm gonna keep messaging other pages as well and see if they get back to me.
Several days later.
All right, it is another day where I essentially just give you guys an update on what has happened with my ads. Unfortunately, a lot has happened since my last update, and I think today is Friday. I purposely didn't want to update you guys every day because I wanted to space it out and see how the ads were performing. Unfortunately, we do have some bad news. The bad news is that the ads that we created for Facebook got rejected. An ad that was working, if you can take a look on my screen right now, an ad that literally was working just a few days ago, it just stopped working, and Facebook decided, well, we're gonna reject it. So at this point, we've spent about $14.61 on ads on Facebook, and we've been able to get about 2,000 impressions, okay? And when I was following up to understand, a little bit more about Facebook ads and a little bit more about why it was rejected, we got to a point where, as you can see in my screen, I need to, in order for me to continue, and in order for me to appeal why the ad was rejected, I need to confirm my identity by uploading my driver's license or any form of identification. What we can tell from what's happening is that Facebook is generally very strict when it comes to advertisement and it comes to the things that they want to publish out. There's been a lot of issues with them in the past. It makes a lot of sense as to why that's the case. And also too, I heard a lot of dropshippers also, experiencing that same problem when they first started. All of a sudden, an ad just decided to not work anymore. So if we take a look at our data, today's Friday, but if we take a look at our data, unfortunately, on Shopify, we still haven't made any sale at all. We're currently still at 0. The ad has not been running, so our impression has just gone all the way up from 0, whatever percent it was the day before, to now just nobody is engaging with our website, which is kind of unfortunate. So at this point, I think the Shopify store actually expires tomorrow. And at this point, I think it just makes sense to just call it quits on the store and basically use all the lessons that I learned, make sure I have my Facebook account in the right place and use all the lessons that I learned to try another challenge for a different product. So all in all, we spent about $15 to get the ads going on Facebook. We spent another $10 to $15 on getting the domain name called bloombloom.com. Unfortunately, all our influencers and all the theme pages related to babies ended up just ghosting us. So they were not even promoting our brand. So I think overall we spent less than $30. The initial budget was $100, but because of all the issues that I had with Facebook, I couldn't even continue spending, and all the theme pages ghosting me, I couldn't even spend money over there. But I don't want to pay $30 to Shopify just to extend this challenge. I just want to call it done. And then in my next challenge, I'm actually going to make it better. There's so many things that I learned throughout this challenge. First of all, I learned how to build a Shopify store from scratch. I 100% do believe that once you get one shop going, it's so much easier to replicate whatever you did for that shop for the next store. The second thing that I need to also, stress on, which I later found out that, you need to DM about 100 or so influencers on Instagram if you want to work with them. They get bombarded with a lot of requests to advertise products, and you got to make sure that you're casting your net very wide. Another approach that I'm going to be using in my next product is essentially I'm going to be using Fiverr and have somebody else go help me find the influencers, because that actually ends up taking a lot of time. So I learned a ton, and I hope you guys, found value in this video. And also, really, it's important to understand that you can't just wake up and just say, oh, I'm gonna build a Shopify store from scratch and I'm just going to make money. There's actually a lot that goes into it, from your Facebook ad just all of a sudden stop working in the middle, and from influencers just plain old just ghosting you. So anyways, on to my next Shopify video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please leave a like onto the video so that YouTube can recommend it to other viewers. Until my next video, peace.